When build crafting like an endgame player, here are some things you need to know. I'm Delta, and I'm going to go ahead and take you through the mindset of an endgame player and explain how build crafting works and how I see it. Now, when it comes to Destiny 2 endgame build crafting, you want to go ahead and look at these three main things: synergy, situation, and some of the resources that we have available to us, like Destiny Item Manager and the Destiny 2 Compendium. I will go touch more on resources here in a second, but first I want to talk about synergy. Synergy is the pairing of multiple things to make them stronger than what they would be individually. In Destiny, that is the pairing between your subclass, your exotic, and your armor mods. An example of a build that really works and really defines synergy in my mind would be a Winter's Guile Warlock build. Winter's Guile is a melee-centered exotic, buffing melee damage on melee kills, and Heat Rises is a aspect on the Solar subclass, which when you get airborne kills, it refunds your melee energy. Continuing to play on the melee kills and melee energy, all that, we can use hands-on and heavy-handed to spawn orbs and melee kills to generate super, and orbs to give us armor charges. So that is an example of synergy inside of Destiny 2. Situation in Destiny is something very easy to understand, and it just defines what kind of content do you plan to bring this build into. Is it going to be something like the Strike playlist, or a Gambit, or patrols, so on and so forth, some very easy content with very low tier enemies? Or is it going to be something like Grandmasters and Master Raids and all of those things, more higher end content? Now, when it comes to the situation, does your build kill a lot of trash enemies? Is it meant for trash enemies? Then probably not go into endgame. Is it meant to crowd control champions, have tons of stuns, and have a form of survivability with it? Yeah, take that into endgame. So you just got to look at how you plan to make your build and what type of content it would be good inside of, and what requirements does your build need to meet. Now, for resources, what I mean by this is external sites that you can use to amplify making your builds better. And there are two resources that I personally like the most: Destiny Item Manager to manage my loadouts and to manage my inventory so that I can pull over what I need for that build, or to create a loadout slot on the site. Although we have loadouts in-game, it provides us far more loadouts, and we can delete loadouts from in-game using it. So the Destiny Item Manager is great to hold and store all of the loadouts for builds that you make. And then the Destiny 2 Data Compendium is a list of spreadsheets that hold all the information for mods and gear and how exotics work, which will give you information that is not readily available inside of the game. Now, the Destiny 2 Data Compendium is comprised of some top players who put in all of this information and do extensive research on each of their aspects of the game. On the mods, on how damage buffs work, how debuffs work, how all of the aspects inside of Destiny work. So it's a great resource overall for not only build crafting, but for anything else you're trying to figure out inside of the game with any of the numbers that are in there. In short, these two resources are extremely helpful when it comes to build crafting for endgame, as it takes a huge weight off of the shoulders of yourself on figuring out how each mod affects you. For example, Absolution provides 5, 7.5, and 10% respectively for 1, 2, and 3 mods on Orb of Power pickup to all abilities, and something like Innervation provides 10, 13, and 15% melee energy on Orb of Power pickup. So you would be able to pair 1 Absolution and 1 Innervation for better benefit than stacking 2 Innervations or 2 Absolutions. So it is a resource that I find extremely useful to use inside of Destiny. I hope that this video explained everything well enough for you guys to understand and gave you some insights on an endgame player's mind on how they build craft. If you do have any more questions or I wasn't clear enough, a comment would be greatly appreciated, and I will try to give more insight on stuff that I wasn't clear enough about in this video, or any other questions that you might have about build crafting. As always, I've been Delta, and if you enjoyed this video, a like and sub would be greatly appreciated. I will see you guys in the next video.